See, Nano, that's what you get. You go after Shizuka, and that's what you get. Retribution for going after Shizuka. Thinking that she's the weakest target. You go after her, and that's what you get. That's what you get. 100 Girlfriends Who Really, Really Love You, episode 16. A really solid episode. I mean, again, it kind of went the route that I expected with the Maid. You know, it's going to go the whole thing of like, what is a command and what is love itself? What is love really is what it is. But I think, obviously, because it's Rentaro, it does take a sort of interesting twist in the idea that it's not so much about the idea of, is she really in love or is she just doing as commanded? Because I think they did a good job of kind of establishing that was the case from the very beginning. Like, she was in love with him. Like, it wasn't an aspect like Nana where she doesn't want to accept it or whatever. It's more of an idea of she loves him and she thinks the way to serve him is to do this. And so it really is Rentaro showing her, you don't have to do this stuff. You don't have to do what I say. Just be there, which was really cute. I mean, there's a side of me that's kind of heartbroken. The idea of like her little kind of puppy sadness kind of thing. Like, I want to do this for you, and you won't let me do this for you. And then he's like, no, you're doing things that are serving me. Don't do that. You're doing things that serve me. And she keeps kind of okay, I'll just leave. She just goes back home, and we see new Maid. We see another very unique looking maid. I think we're already setting up Rento to get two maids. I don't know, question mark. But no, she goes back home and she's like, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be with Rentaro. He said to go away. No, don't run away from him. Go back. Hey, call him up. The phone call got me. The phone call got me. Just thinking about you and where you're at, it makes my heart go doki doki. So great. Really cool episode, though. The whole Maid segment at the end of it, I kind of should have seen that coming. We'll have a whole Maid segment kind of given to it. Super cute, seeing them all in their Maid outfits and having water guns, of course. But no, going through the episode proper, the opening segment was hilarious. Just the idea of like trying to figure out, hey, is there something that you like to do? And the assumption was going to be that it's going to be nothing but hahari. Like everything that she likes, everything that she does, everything that she eats and breathes is hahari. So obviously she's not going to have some sort of hobby. Now, I kind of expected it could go the route of him trying to help her find a hobby, which is kind of what I was expecting would happen the moment that he brought her out to the soccer fields. But I kind of assumed that she's not going to have any sort of hobbies of her own. But yeah, just constantly, oh, let's go to Hahari's house. No, that's fine. That's fine. I like you too. Okay, let's go to your house. It was cute to see that she was like so excited for the whole date that she actually, got up early so that she could make some food for him. So it wasn't that she rushed off within like 40 seconds and made something. It was the fact that, yeah, she's had it pre-made. But no, that's when we get in the whole thing where he's trying to kind of break this whole command thing and how she really badly wants him to tell her to do something. Like, please tell me to do something. And again, this idea of her spending her entire life being this maid, that's all to be expected. Now, I was kind of a little bit bummed out because, yeah, obviously when it starts to get kind of heavy right here, as per typical with this series, comedy's the first and foremost thing, but there's always like this really kind of sad reality behind the characters, like this serious touch that we're going to get into where there's a problem that they're kind of facing. Not that they're always super deep, but they're always kind of just deep enough that they kind of hit a little bit. And so I was kind of hoping that would be quite a bit into Maido right here, really get into her mindset and why she is the way she is. And it doesn't really seem like it wanted to go that route. Like, yes, we do at the, the aftercast, we finally get to see into who Maido is and how she was picked up by Hahari. But it wasn't like anything super interesting. It was just the idea that, yeah, apparently their family got in some kind of debt with the mob. And then she's like been wandering the streets, alone this entire time. And then Hahari showed up and picked her up. Which, by the way, who didn't see that coming from a mile away? I mean, the whole segment where it like shows her in like the snow and everything and she's starving or whatever. And then Hahari comes up and like, embraces her and she's like, I have no worth. You don't care about me. It's fine. I have no worth to me. No life is meaningless. I refuse to accept that. Which, yeah, kind of has a little bit gut punch there, more so on Hahari's side, because again, technically she had this one that she loved and that person has passed away. And so, yes, having somebody feel that their life has no meaning is obviously going to affect her. She's not going to like to hear that. But again, it kind of goes the whole thing that we kind of all expect at the very end of like, well, why did you save my life? Maido wants to know. I've always wanted to know, why did you save me? Why me of all people? Why did you save my life? Because you were cute. Just cuts to her face and she got drool going down her face. I'm like, yep. That's what I was expecting. The moment that she was asking that and it shows her face and she's all beaten up, I'm like, it's going to cut to her face and she's going to have like the thirstiest face on. And sure enough, she's got the drool going down her face. And that's perfectly fine for Maido. And everybody's like, yep, that's totally her. That's totally her. But yeah, I was kind of hoping like a little bit more there about Maido herself and not necessarily it be sort of just kind of a carry off of Hahari's character in that depth and the idea of, again, her losing somebody and not wanting to see somebody else not take and respect their own life. But either way, I mean, it's fine. Again, it just kind of goes in the realm of because she has nothing, because Hahari gave her something, she has a place to be. She wants to, fulfill her role to serve her in the element of love. And now that's kind of obviously, again, carrying off into Rentaro, that because I love her and I serve her, thus I love you and thus I have to serve you. Again, was hoping for a little bit more there. It kind of just more turns into the idea of this entire episode less being about her and her own issues and more about Rentaro and how he can kind of show her you don't have to do that stuff to still give me something. Which again, I thought that whole segment was cute. I think Rentro's kind of solve here is totally Rentaro, and it definitely does fit his character. And it's super cute. And the idea of like, again, constantly saying, I'm not going to command you. I'm never going to command you. Don't serve. Your command is to don't serve me. And then just turns into everything that she does gives him something. And so she can't not give him something. And again, that kind of shows too later on when she finally shows up again and she's like, I can't not unless I just end it, unless I just go away forever. And he's like, yeah, see, that's proof. And now I was kind of afraid there for a minute. I'm like, Rento, stop her. I thought she was going to grab something out of nowhere and be like, okay, it's over. Rento, stop her now. Again, super sweet that he's like, yeah, obviously that's a sign that no matter what you do, it's always going to be good for me. Just you being alive is all I want. I don't need to tell you to do things. I love you. Let's go out. And then she's like, okay, man. In the end, that's still going to be her shtick. Like, even though it does seem like he's sort of resolved her mindset around that and just kind of showed to her that she could still give him something without a command, it's still going to be their shtick. It's still going to be the joke that every time he says something, she's going to take it as a command and get all excited, have the puppy dog ears and the tail wagging. I dig the puppy dog ears and the tail wagging. It was super cute. But yeah, second half of the episode, really wild, a lot of fun. I always dig the Maido outfit, so getting a whole segment of that is great. I love leave it to Hahari that whenever something like this comes up, she's ready. Like, oh yeah, so we're bringing Maido in. Well, I happen to have like maid outfits for everybody ready to go. It's like if we're gonna dive into some sort of desire, I'll have outfits and cosplay ready to go. Like Hahari is turned into the cosplay character. I don't even think we need a cosplay character to be introduced into the girlfriends. I'm sure there's probably one way later on, but I don't think we need it now because Hahari's always over here with all the money and just like, I don't know, rooms full of cosplay ready for anybody. I'm sure she made like a whole bunch of outfits for Hikari, so she's kind of pre-established all the outfits. She's got to make more of them. And have them fit for everybody, which she probably is doing in the background. But yeah, that was super cute. Seeing Shizuka. Shizuka looks super cute. Kusuri with her little kind of moi moi beam. And yes, Hikari, as per usual, with the really low shots. Really, really. But no, they had the water gun fight. And yeah, that kind of went how I kind of expected it. Despite the fact that I was a little bit, again, like I said earlier, super mad at Nano. Nano, and that's calculative. Like Nano's going to think calculative, and so when she's thinking, okay, this enemy is taking too much, obviously go for the easier target. Thus, you kind of lower your competition. And she immediately looks at Shizuka and thinks that she's an easy target. I don't blame her for her calculations there, but she miscalculated because Shizuka is a lot more dangerous than you think. I was super mad at Nano. I'm like, Nano, my girl, come on, girl. You're going after Shizuka. How mean. But no, Karane giving the little Matrix parody right there with the bullet time dodge. She nails the Matrix pose, but unfortunately takes critical damage because she's so flat. Girl, it's not that bad. Girl, flat as justice. Come on, don't think bad about yourself. But no, I think the start of this like entire segment, the entire Maido thing, which obviously she's already star because she has a bunch of maid outfits for everybody. But the star of this entire segment is Hahari because the entire time girl is completely wigging out. Like she's just off to the side, just about to have a heart attack. I like even like at the very beginning of it, like she establishes we're gonna do the squirt gun game, and then suddenly it like poses everybody and it's like panning to everybody, and she's still over there just kind of gushing out as everybody else looks all serious. But it's also kind of funny that the entire time nobody's going after Hahari, because I think if they did, the maid pretty much goes after them. But yeah, somebody finally does go after Hahari, and it's her own daughter. Hikari is so savage. She's literally like, Mom, turn around. I want to hug you from behind. She's like, oh, that's great. She's just totally turned her into a hostage. Like, Hikari was nice enough to bring her mother into the harem, the idea of bringing your mother into your own harem. But any chance she can to like backstab her mom just to get that one shot at Rento, she's gonna do it. It's just savage, absolutely savage. But yeah, of course, Hahari's not going to let her take her own self, so she ups her own self, and everybody loses. And then in the end, everybody wins because Rento's a good guy, and he thinks that everybody did a fantastic job before he gets soaked. And then we get a pose from him because equal opportunity here. Rento's got to show something too. It was goofy. The whole thing was absolutely goofy. Absolutely loved it. Again, I like the maid outfits. I dig the maid outfits, so it all worked for me. And then, like I said, at the very end, we had a little insight into Maido and how she was brought in by Hahari. And like I said before, it feels like it was more kind of geared towards giving Hahari more depth than really Maido. And again, it's just the idea that she was seemingly an adept family, had struggles. Hahari came across, saved her life. And Doki Doki. And because she's cute. Because she's cute. It was fine. It was fine. A little bit disappointing, but it was fine. I mean, like I said before, it's not like these characters have like insane amounts of death. I mean, Kurumi she's hungry and it bothers her because it makes her cranky and that's why she has no friends. But at least it's kind of understandable there, whereas a little more difficult with Maido. Anyhow, that's my thoughts on episode 16. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, hit the like button down below. Like this content and you want to support channel more, I have links in the description below. Greatly appreciate it. Until next time, y'all take care.